What's going on, chat? Happy BTL Friday, episode 462 piece. As always, hold the fry. Joined by your two hosts, Krabs and Javon, presented by SeatGeek. If you're going to the park this weekend, you're buying some tickets on SeatGeek, use promo code Bookit for $20 off. Buy yourself a couple beers, will you? Javon, that's a fresh-looking sweatshirt. Sure. Oh, go to muted, but that's a good-looking California Redwood sweatshirt, if I could say so myself. Holy smokes. Chat, if you're going to the ballpark this weekend, if you're going to some playoffs this weekend, maybe you're going to the NHL games, maybe you're going to an NBA game, save yourself some coins, okay? Use promo code Bookit at SeatGeek. Get yourself a discount, all right? When do we start fading the squad ride? Ooh, he's asking the right questions as my camera dies immediately.
Holy cam bang.
Dude.
Cam bang in this economy? It's crazy.
Can we get some Kentucky Derby talk? You're goddamn right. We can get some Derby talk going. Sure. I'm in. I got some horses I like as well. Javon, how we doing? Happy Friday. We got to hit a fucking squad ride today or chat's going to literally show up outside our place with pitchforks and knives.
Yeah, okay? It might have just been the in-person vibes. Now we're back in the home offices. Could be the difference.
Sure. Gosh, man. We can't buy a squad ride win. What are we doing?
That was the time, though. Today's the day.
Now is the time. We need one. Cam showing zero heart. Hate to see it. W spin. Yeah, we'll probably be spinning. Okay, don't you worry, guys. Let me get this camera up and moving here and up and working. Javon, any comments on the Bruins last night? They never had a chance.
Yeah, it was GG. Once you saw the own goal strike first, you got to wait, another day until tomorrow for the Leafs to go start playing golf, unfortunately. So that was moose.
True. Looks like Alan says, start spinning that wheel, brother. Side note, W Surge yesterday, lots of winners. Okay, good. I like to hear that, Alan. A lot of winners on the Surge yesterday. Rumor has it we've got LC hosting the Surge stream today. That could be a huge W. Make sure you guys check that out. Stick around right after BTL. No Trent, no problem. Okay, we got Lauren hosting the stream today. You better bring your winners and be on your best behavior. Okay,
Take two, right? Love that.
Sure. Steam Krabs has to be about Pat Bev. No, it's not. So we're not going to give that dude any more attention. He's a weirdo. Yelling at chicks after the game after he's throwing balls at chicks. I don't really understand that. We're just going to let that be. We're just going to let that splooge off to the side. Okay? As soon as this goddamn TikTok camera gets going here, we'll hop back in. But Javon, any comments on the Sharp report from yesterday? It was moose shit.
Yeah, it's kind of shit. No 3 or 4 L prize pick squares. That sucks, but I guess some of the good Astros, Air, Nats literally got shut out. So, I mean, that was good. Enjoyed those couple.
Sure. But, Nats team total under was literally Air, Oxygen. I wish that game was a little bit later so we could put it for the squad rides. But it wasn't, and we don't make the rules. It is what it is. God, the Nats, their offense is struggling. I hope they dip into the minors to pull up some guys who can actually fucking hit the baseball. I'm tired of these, Eddie Rosarios. I'm tired of the Jesse Winkers. The Joey Meneses, right? These guys stink. I hate to say it, but they stink. Senzel, I'm not out on Senzel yet. But he's in that same pool, right? Where it's like,
yes.
Jesse Winker was on fire earlier, so he gets a little bit of a pass right now for struggling. But everyone else, like Meneses, should be in the minors or independent ball somewhere, not here. It's tough. We got all these young guys who are just chomping at the fucking bit, foaming in the mouth to get called up. They're ready to roll, and they're trying to manipulate their time. It sucks. We have better players in the minors. And since they're trying to keep them for an extra year under that, contract or whatever, we got to watch these guys fucking suck at the major league level while our better players are in the minors.
Yeah, you just got to suck it up for a little bit, Krabs, to avoid the Jackson Holiday situation.
God.
I wouldn't be complaining.
Just Goots. Sure.
Yeah,
we got Goots versus Javon. Little Reds versus O's action today.
Yeah, we do. At the Great American Small Park.
Yeah.
Surely that goes well for the Reds, right?
That series.
I'm excited.
Yeah, it'll be a great series.
It'll be wonderful. Hunter Green turkeys today. Be seeing.
Yeah, it should go well. Should definitely
go. This camera just keeps turning on and turning off. Riddle me that.
Just no heart from the cam, man.
I just don't get it. OBS bot center has crashed. I know it's fucking crashed. I'm watching it happen over and over and over again. I know it's crashing. and they keep telling me.
Crab technology is like the greatest rivalry of the decade.
Yeah, Crab Tech, stock down. Unbelievable. Yeah, can we talk about Nathan Eovaldi's legacy appearance yesterday before he gets hurt? He got plenty of Ks. He walked to people. He threw a fucking shutout, and then he got hurt and got pulled. He did everything in that game yesterday. Every single thing.
Literally everything. And I bet fantasy gets taken off the board before we can take it and log it in, I bet.
Okay. Well, that was the freest square that they've ever made on the PrizePicks app. Great.
Freeze maw.
Unbelievable. Happy JP Sears Day to those who celebrate. Sure. We will be talking about JP Sears in that game. Don't you worry. Okay. We got plenty of baseball to talk about today. We got some NHL, some NBA. All right. Plenty of winners to go over as my camera turns off once again. Okay.
Yeesh.
Javon, why don't we hop in here and do a little bit of some early action talk? Do we have any early games today? Goots is saying, fuck that. We're just spinning the wheel.
Yeah.
Dude,
A little bit of some wheel
you don't want
talk,
to talk about
please.
Joe Ross first versus Wisniewski?
No, I'm good.
It's a
No, I'll
Should
pass
we
on
put
that.
this off for a couple more
We
hours?
have time. We have time, Krabs. We have time.
It's a ratchet game anyway.
Ratchet.
Mm.
Two spins for no cam. Might be a move.
Yeah, no fucking chance. It's pouring and flooding in Texas. Is this true, Javon?
There's not a cloud in the sky right now.
Okay.
So
Good.
not all of Texas.
People just saying shit. Happy Patrick
I mean,
Corbin Day to those
Texas
who
is a big
celebrate.
state.
Yep, big state. Patrick Corbin will be pitching on Apple TV tonight. That should be a good luck. Those games have not been soaring over this year, so I really just think baseball's in a weird spot right now where the old geezers are sitting around the table saying, "Oh yeah, another base hit. Fuck yeah." Like they're sitting around the table dying and getting old and probably smoking cigars. That's what I'm picturing. I don't know. They're like, no more home runs in that game. We did it, boys. No more fun. Like that's what I picture in the fucking MLB executive's office. It's ridiculous. All right, Javon, why don't you spin it first while I get this camera replugged?
We gotta add one more. Chat.
All right, let's talk through it.
What do you
Any
think?
ideas? We got to add one.
Add one. What's coming off? Or did it already come off?
No, the break from yesterday is what's
Oh yeah,
going
the
on.
break.
Yeah. Wow, chat's got nothing. Absolutely nothing.
Sneakily soft.
You got
Sneakily soft.
nothing?
So sneak.
Dude. Chad, you don't have one fucking punishment? You had like 700 terrible ones yesterday.
Tail
They
Trent's
were so
Derby
bad I
pick.
couldn't even put them on.
Take 10 bets from Surge Stream.
Longest odds in an exotic for the Derby. Don't know what that means. Looks like high cheddar is just so dialed.
I think he means exacta. Good
That's
try
exactly what he has to mean. 100%.
Yeah.
Okay.
Bet the Leafs to
Bet
win
the
the cup.
Dodgers and Yankees in a parlay. Fuck off, Richie. Come on. Crabs.
Wear Trent's
drives to
Kentucky
Dallas.
Derby fit
Okay.
on stream.
Ew, bro.
That would have to be Javon, because unless he ships it to Crabs.
Yeah.
Ew, bro. Real ones remember Crabs taking a shot on stream.
Post a video at the batting cages.
Go to the cages.
Yeah. Post a video at the cages.
Excuse me, boys. I would not mind that. Going to the cages, trying to get some rips in, doing like a highlight, trying to put together a highlight tape for the pro coaches. Try to get some looks at independent ball.
Sounds like you're enjoying this too much, Crabs.
Okay. Give away
Might
a
be too
Manders
fun.
jersey. Blazing
Get a new
challenge. Bro, I
camera.
had to do that. Get a new camera. Yeah. Sure.
Yeah.
This camera was like $400. It's supposed to be top of line.
Wear a helmet on stream.
Nope.
That'd be funny.
Nope. 24-hour stream to put together green sharp reporter winning squad ride for a change. Dig that. That's not a bad idea. God damn it. I don't have any chirps back to that.
Bitch.
It's 5 free throws in a row. Should we do Krabs has to hit 10 free throws in a row? You can't leave until he does it.
If you want to do that to yourself, yes, Crabs. That can be put on there.
10 or 5? I feel like I can make 5 in a row after like 30 minutes.
Probably. Yeah.
Right?
You gotta do 10.
10 might take a minute.
I feel like
Gotta
10
do
might
10.
be a minute.
That
10
might
in a
turn into a
row?
24-hour
Jesus
stream.
Christ, what am I, fucking Steph Curry? Now, I did win the free throw competition in 8th grade, Knights of Columbus. I was nice with it. And I had no problems
you
with the
go.
free throws. It took me one to get loose.
There's your background.
All right, let's see. This camera might be getting mobile here. This could be good. This
Wow.
could be good.
We have
Maybe
life.
up and moving.
We might be up and moving in a second here, folks. I kind of like that free throw idea. Now, how do we do it with Javon and me? I know I've got a court right next to me. Javon's got a court in the neighborhood right across the street with the squads.
Well,
Is it
I'm
just whoever it
sure.
lands on has to do it? Is it a me thing?
I mean, I
Are we
guess you
working
can do it
with you,
too.
dudes?
It can be anybody.
Both of us?
Yeah.
Okay.
There's already enough in there that's only you.
Wow.
Okay.
So you got to have one that I can do too. Wow,
Yeah.
so bad.
Javon, when's the last time you picked up a basketball, my man?
It's been half a year.
Has it been a couple days?
It's been more than a couple days. Yeah.
All right, let's put that shit in there. 10 free throws in a row.
All right, who's spinning first?
I will go first.
Okay, here we go.
Spin that shit. Spin that shit, chat, and hope this camera holds on for dear life. Come on.
TikTok live, that kickball, Krabs.
The worst part of the whole thing is the fucking noise it makes at the end where it goes doo-doo-doo. Like he just won something good. I didn't win
I changed
shit
that.
good.
There was different noises. That was my favorite one.
Wow.
All right. Well, now I got to tap you guys into the kickball. Okay.
What day is that?
It's on Thursdays.
So next week.
Uh-huh. Yeah. I mean, I missed the last couple in a row for work. It's kind of like, it's not like softball where it's, I take it pretty serious. It's more just like, if I have some time on Thursday, I'll go meet up with the squad. I think I've only been at one of the games this year. And I carry the team. I will say that. Okay. TikTok live kickball game this Thursday. We'll have to set some lines. I believe the team is undefeated. I was not there on Thursday, but I heard they reported back. They won 6-5, and the other team was really annoying. There was some beef going on. I wish I was there for that because I like chirping people.
6-5.
Yeah, low scoring, nail biter.
You got Strider on the mound?
Nail biter. Typically, you see, double-digit runs in kickball.
Yeah, like every time we played that in like middle school, that shit was like 25-20.
Yeah, Cole Irvin
it is
must be on the
co-ed.
mound.
It's co-ed.
I guess that
more
helps.
fun. It's fun. Okay. The men's league softball is legitimate. So that's no jokes, no fun, no smiles.
No joke.
You show up every day. You do your job. It's like you're in the league. All right.
You got
What's
people bunting in that league?
70.
You
Dude,
got
they
people
nerfed the
bunting?
bunts.
We
They
might need a
nerfed the
bunt.
bunts.
Krabs.
So
Good.
last year you could bunt pretty much whenever you wanted, and we used it as like a cheat code for the girls to just like lay down a quick bunt. They put these cones out. You got to get the bunt past the mound now.
Wow.
You can't just lay down a
kinda
bunt
good.
like you could last year. They're changing the rules. They're manipulating it.
Yeah, I feel
MLB.
I feel like I see on the TikTok feed like every once in a while there's like moose shit professional kickball leagues and everybody's bunting. That just pisses me off seeing that.
Yeah. Well, they nerfed the bunts. So
Good.
now you got to let loose. I mean, if you think I'm bunted, give me a break.
Yeah.
My approach up there is like Javi Baez, pretty much. I'm just literally letting it loose. I'm surprised I haven't torn my ACL yet out there, to be honest with you. God, I made some great plays in center field too last game. I had to yell at this this mom and her two kids who were in the outfields playing, laying around the outfield, like picking up flowers, chasing. I'm like, guys, we're playing a game right now. I'm about to run one of you guys over. Next thing you know, a ball's kicked. I'm like sprinting right at him. I'm like, get out of the way. Zink. Great catch in center field. Tipped off my fingers. I caught the second bounce. Boom. I'm just looking at these people like, what are you doing in the outfield? Get out of the way. Great play, though. I wish I had that highlight.
Literally
Maybe we can get some more of those going for Thursday. Gates, we got a lot of shit on our agenda, man. We got to get to the Nats game soon.
You got two things on the docket. You got Glove to Game and TikTok Live Kickball. So keep that in mind.
You might be Peter Parker Krabs. Sure. No, it was an unbelievable play. People were clapping. It was a great move.
Pat Bev on Ma.
You went Pat Bev on Ma? No, I didn't throw anything at them or tell them they can't interview me because they don't subscribe to BTL. Imagine you do that. Imagine you throw a ball at somebody in the crowd when you're about to get eliminated, and then the first thing you say in the interview is, "Do you follow me on my podcast?" No, you can't interview me. Okay.
I bet.
Brian Windhorst is tweeting out, "Well, that's the most respected woman in all of ESPN." out of the interviewees. She's like the most seasoned, most respected one, and you just told her to fuck off because she doesn't follow your podcast. We'll just let that splooge on its own. No need to comment on it. You guys can already probably figure out how I feel about it. All right. TikTok Live kickball game.
O's are coming to.
We'll put a bookmark
DC.
on that for Thursday.
Yeah.
Okay. We'll put a bookmark on that for Thursday. And a weekend stream. Did that win as well this past week?
It did. But we did say we would do it next weekend, not this weekend. And Chad was okay with that. So.
Yeah, it's got to be next weekend.
Yes.
Not tomorrow or Sunday.
Yeah.
I'm good with that, though.
Chat didn't bitch about that. So.
I'm good with that, though.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. W's, guys. Any subbies coming in hot? I saw Mike was resubbing, I believe, at the end of the morning after. W's. If you guys have been missing the morning after, Mikey's been blessing the feed with, or blessing chat with soccer plays. I think he talked some derby plays today as well. Any squares for the early game? Happy to dive into that early game right now, my man. I love me some kickball. Need to make a tick too. I'm assuming you're saying TikTok? Sure. You need to make a TikTok, Daniel. Check out the kickball game, all right? Yo.
The Nats play the O's on Tuesday and Wednesday. It's a little 2-game set.
Ooh. Where?
Could be a banger.
It's in DC.
Ooh.
It's a mandatory trip up for Goots.
Huh.
Might be. Love the game.
All right. I'll have my people reach out to your people. We'll talk about that after.
Sounds good. Sounds good.
All right.
Javon, you got spin?
Yeah, give me some spinach.
I hope you get the worst thing. I feel like I've been getting all of them. It's your turn. I hope you get the worst one.
Oh, it's going to be crap with super goods, man.
You son of a gun.
I've snuck out like 3 times in a row.
3 times in a row.
Literally 3 times in a row.
And I even have to do one of these fucking punishments where he has to get mobile. I feel like I'm getting all those, and he gets to sit in the lazy boy and lock in the.
God, if you're doing it to yourself,
you do it to yourself. You say X has no chance of hitting every single time, and that you don't want to do this exactly, and it just automatically gets picked.
Yeah,
I didn't say shit today.
Get that super goes going, John.
All right, kids, do me a favor. We need to put this in the notes real quick. You got a little note sheet up? We need glove to game. We need super goats, but that'll be today. But remind us at the end of the show. Javon, you can craft it after as well if we don't have time. But if you want to do it on the show, we can do that as well. What else do we just have? Going to the game, bringing a glove.
Kickball
That's
live,
on there as well, and kickball. Can you write those down for me so I don't forget?
Yep, they're down.
Awesome.
Chad won't forget either.
You know they won't forget. You're right.
Yeah.
Hold me accountable, Chad, as always. Okay, I'm only a man. You guys know we'll get it done, though. Okay? I did say 5 free throws. He said 10. Pega, I know, man, but 5 is too easy. 5 is too easy. All right? God, 10 in a row, that might be too hard. Oh, shit. Well, I can't wait for that to land on that shit. All right. Red Tube Gang, let me hear you scream. We got Guillermo holding it down. Let's go, Guillermo. Sure you can. I appreciate that, Guillermo. Don't forget to come over to the Twitch page towards the end of BTL for the squad red votes. Will ya? Please. Okay, Twitch at Bookit Sports could not be easier to find. Hanging out in the YouTube's great and all. Love that. Okay, but make sure you come over and vote for the squad ride towards the end on Twitch. Dubs. We got an early game starting up here, Javon, in about an hour. Milwaukee and the Cubs. We got my guy Joe Ross in the bump, who started out great this season. Really has struggled, a lot in his last 3 starts. He got rocked by the Yankees and Padres in 2 of his last 3 starts. Maybe it's starting to all come back down to earth for Joe Ross here, who, hasn't pitched in a while. He's dealt with so many injuries after leaving the Nats. But the line isn't moving much here. And he's going against Wisniewski, who's got that sub-1 ERA, who's been just fucking nails all season. Total's at 7.5. The juice is loose on the under. It was like plus 100 for the under 7.5 last night. Right now, we're going to start to see some 7s floating around because that juice is at minus 120 some places for the 7.5. Interesting line, I think. It looks like the Cubs are free in this game, but do I want to take a stab at the Brewers? I don't know. Javon, what are your thoughts?
Yeah, I mean, I think it's the Cubs. I don't really know what we're going to get from Wisniewski, because he's been great, but he's only been up here for 3 starts, and he looks much, much better. And those starts have been like a total of 10 innings. Like, it's not like he's going very, very long, but I do kind of like his stuff, and I'm not a big Joe Ross fan. Definitely think you're going to see some regression loading for the rest of the season, and maybe it starts now. But with a low of a total and the win coming in Wrigley, it's probably a slight margin of error in this game. So I would say Cubs, probably not by much.
Is he pitching low innings because he's new to the league? Zachary's asking.
He's not new to the league, so no.
If he's talking about Wisniewski, no. Cubs
Yeah.
Lokia wagon on the Friday 120 starts.
It is a Friday Cubs home game. It's just the classics.
Yeah, so you're saying it's Cubbies or nothing. You don't want to fade.
Yeah, I don't want to take it either, though. I'm good.
Okay. I believe I have a square in this game. If we can go to the sharp report real quick here, Gates. Hopefully it's still up. Wisniewski, more than 1.5 walks against the Brew Crew. So I'll be sweating this puppy out for the day sweats. This is my early play. No book play. Okay, chats. This is what we're rolling with. Wisniewski to bang 2 or more walks in this game. Okay. If you look at the charts, you could probably see why. It's also kind of tucked behind a demon or goblin, which I always think is weird. And when I see those not in the group at the beginning of the boards with all the rest of the normal squares for walks, and there's one kind of chilling at the bottom, I like to take it. Typically, it treats us pretty well. Today, it's Wisniewski. We like his more than 1.5 walks against Milwaukee today. Let's hope the Brew Crew is extremely patient in this contest. Weird square. I don't get it.
Yeah, can get down with that.
Okay. Javon with an under. Yeah, that's air. Ooh, we do have an under on that board. Sure.
I do.
And you've got a couple. Oh, no. You got Tanner Huck on there doing good. We're going to have to spend some time on that. For now.
Only strikeouts. Okay. Nothing else.
Okay. Chart has to be wrong. He can't face the Cubs if he pitches for them. Okay. Well, that's might be cake. Let's see. Let's pull up this Mov stats.
The
Maybe the team name was
opponents
wrong.
the opponents are probably wrong, but the walk stats are probably
the
not wrong.
stats are right.
You
Let me
should see
confirm.
opponents. It does say he faced the Cubs 4 times.
Yeah.
So he's faced the Red Sox, where he
Red
had
Sox,
one walk.
Astros, D-backs, and the chart's right. It's just different
Astros,
teams.
D-backs, he had 0 walks. Those are his only starts in the season. So just look at those last 3 bars on the right sector. That's the teams are wrong, okay, but the chart is accurate. He's only had 1 walk this season in 3 games, okay? Weird square. I think he gets 2 today. Maybe he tries to nibble too much against this Brewers lineup. Got some veterans in it. Maybe they take some pitches, get the day started. Hopefully. We're going to need it. More than 1.5 walks, okay? W's. Javon, what else we got? That's the only early game of the day. No plays we love in it. The prize pick square for me, if you had a lean, it'd probably be the Cubs ML, right?
Yep.
Okay. Let's just power through the sharp reports because I got a couple plays I really like in the MLB, a couple MLs that I want to go through. All right, and it starts with the Twins. Twins are red hot. That's why I did not love seeing your Tanner Hoke square down there on the bottom because I'm fading the heck out of him once again on the road here in this spot. You're telling me Chris Paddock is a favorite? Come on. I know they're on fire. I know they're not that much of a favorite. But the Red Sox have been great so far this season. They've overperformed. I know they lost their last game. Before that, they won 4 games in a row. Okay? Minnesota, on the other hand, they're on fuego. They're on a nice little winning streak right now. I don't think that ends right now. Twins have not played anybody. You're right, but they've been on the roads. And they've been winning tons of games on the roads. They just swept the White Sox. They beat the Angels before that on the road. And just seeing Hoke, who's been one of the best pitchers in baseball this year, at least statistically, getting 10 cents of disrespect on the line move when this opened up, minus 105, minus 115-ish. Now we're starting to see some plus monies show up for the Red Sox. I love that. With Paddock and his near 6 ERA here at home and these teams having similar records, I'm going to fade Hoke on the road here one last time. If it doesn't work, I'm going to cancel it. And I'm going to stop. I'm going to put him off to the side. I'm going to stop fading him. And he's going to be just unfadeable. But for now, I'm going to give it one more shot on the road with the Twins being red hot as they head back home here with Paddock on the bump. Give me the ML.
Yeah, the line is crazy. And that would be on the Twins if they hadn't won 10 in a row.
Yep.
That's a tough
They're on
one.
fire.
But
yep.
Yeah, it's still
but hey,
crazy,
we've talked
crazy
about streaks. We've talked about MLB streaks. Typically not a crabby play, right? You wouldn't really see me betting a team, on a crazy win streak. Never, right?
Yeah.
But baseball, it's burned me more times than not when I'm fucking fading teams on these streaks. Why not hop in and grab one on a weird line every once in a while,
Yeah, why not?
Could be worse.
It's fair.
Yeah, streaks are not meant to be faded in the MLB. And that's coming from me. Okay. W's, I'd rather get a shot than bet on the Red Sox again. Okay, I'd rather get shot. Jesus. No, you would not. The Red Sox are doing their jobs. What are you talking about? They're 18-13. Give me a break. Paddock has looked okay. He has, but it's still Chris Paddock with a 6 ERA against Hoke, who's got that 1.6. Give me a break. Okay.
Yeah.
Twins keep rolling.
Yeah.
You disagree?
Nah, I would say Paddock is not pitched well.
Paddock is not good.
No.
No.
I'm not
He's a favorite
not
type.
too impressed by a 6 ERA with one good outing against the White Sox.
Yep.
Yeah, I'm good there.
Okay. Oh, you got the A's on your fucking sharp report. Let's go, Javon. Talk
I
about the
do.
A's. Talk about them. Go, go, go.
Yeah, so JP Sears would love a good start from him here, and he goes against the Marlins, who I think they're the second worst team against left-handed pitching in all of baseball. It's been kind of consistent the second way through, or really the whole way through this season. It hasn't really gotten better, hasn't really gotten worse. It's been kind of standard there. And the one thing that you could say about Sears is he's been really, really bad against a lot of righties this year, and the Marlins are going to have plenty of them, but where he struggled is against righties that have a lot of power. And outside of like Brian De La Cruz, who has kind of waned off a little bit, I guess, power-wise in the last couple of weeks after his Linsanity week or two, the Marlins really don't have any power, especially at the bottom of that lineup. So I think even though he's facing a good amount of righties, I think that's a solid matchup for him. And then on the other side, the A's have sneakily gotten a little better against left-handed pitching. They're going to see Ryan Weathers, who knows how long he's going to go. And I think the A's are going to be patient and really work up his pitch count. And then once you get into the back end of that game, the Marlins, last afternoon pitched pretty much their entire bullpen, and they have for the last couple of games against the Rockies. So that bullpen is already fucking horrendous, but it's also gassed coming into today with no off day. The A's have a fully rested bullpen. Mason Miller needed the day off, obviously, because he just pitched 2 games in a row, got the save. So I assume he would be available if needed in the spot, but overall, much better rest situation. So I think it's a little JP Sears good performance, and they get some runs off of Weathers in the pen. Muted Rimmers.
Our guy B Young already has two units on the A's, so you'd love to see that in chat. But a couple things about this series, a couple things about the A's today. What have we seen out of Miami recently? We saw the Nats go down there and sweep them on their home fields. 4 games with ease. Then we see Miami sweep, who was their opponent the other night? Another shit team,
Rockies.
The Rockies. Okay, so after they get swept, they sweep the Rockies. Okay, you can't tell me motivation doesn't mean something to baseball looking at those 2 series back to back. All right, Miami said, wait a second here. We suck. We just got swept by the Nationals at home, a team in our division. Embarrassing, not good enough. Let's wake up a little bit here. Let's get going. And that's exactly what happened. They got going. They swept the moose shit Rockies team at home. Okay, motivation matters in baseball. Now we look at this series right now. Miami, after sweeping the Rockies at home, now they hit the road. They traveled to the Oakland, Coliseum, and the A's are on a little bit of a win streak right now too. Javon, the A's are playing pretty well. They're playing pretty good baseball. They're 15-17. Who would have thought? They've won 4 games in a row. They just swept the Pirates on the road. Now they get to come back home, and they've got their guy JP Sears on the bump, who isn't great, but he has to be good enough at least for today. I hate Weathers. I think he stinks. I love the A's bats in this. And seeing after Miami pulled off that sweep at home against the Rockies, seeing Oakland get 20 cents of steam in this game is a great sign, I think, even with Oakland on this 3-4 game win streak. I think it's a great sign. Yeah. The Athletics, they might have a much better record than Miami, but we've seen how the odds makers have set these lines with these mooshit teams against mooshit teams. It really hasn't mattered much. They've just given the home team that respect on the ML. So I'm not even saying this line is that weird. I just want to back JP Sears and fade Weathers and Miami after they just pulled off a sweep. Okay? And I believe in this A's team. I've talked about it before the season even started. I think they'll be okay. Not a playoff team, but they'll be okay. They'll be better than people think. They won't be the worst team in baseball like the Marlins. All right? Let's not forget, even with that sweep against the Rockies, the Marlins are still probably the worst team in baseball. Fade them today. Their win streak is over. Back the A's to continue theirs at home.
Yeah, it's also just like a tough spot, I would say, because they just swept the Rockies, and now you got to go like Chiote Saint Jet cross country to Oakland, where the Marlins have been dead all season, but they're especially dead on the road. Like the last road series they had, obviously much better team, but they scored 3 runs in 3 games against the Braves, even when they didn't have their full assortment of like pitchers that really strike fear in you pitching those games. So like, I think it's a spot for them just to fall flat, and JP Sears needs that badly.
Mm-hmm. Yes, he does. And 20 cents of steam on the Athletics also makes me feel pretty good. I don't really care what the other scenarios are, right? Seeing them catch that much steam is, I think, a great sign. Let's go, JP
Sure.
Sears. Get it done. All right? Get it done on your home mound, please. If you're going to get moosed, hopefully that total would not be as low as it is. All right?
Yeah.
Thought about that over in that game as well. I know both these teams have been printing unders. I think especially the A's. I think the A's are on a little under streak right now. Yeah, 3 in a row, and then Miami, sure, they had an over in their last game, but yeah, I'm not trying to get cute with that total. I would say I lean the over compared to the under, though, in that contest. What do you think?
I don't know. I think it's going to be like a A's like 5-1 type game. I kind of lean the under. The thing is just like for Sears and Weathers, you need big time power, I guess, to really like dominate them, and neither team really has that. And you're playing at Oakland, which is a big pitcher's park, so I don't know. I would say it probably goes under or lean under, but not by much, because getting the back into that Marlins bullpen, it might be rough.
Okay. All right. I'm with you. Give me Oakland ML. Tell me about why you like this over in Colorado.
Yeah, you know who's pitching today, and it's not in Colorado, so that would be probably pretty worrisome if we had an 8.5 total in Coors. But Cal Quantrill and Martin Perez are pitching today, which somewhat goes for itself or goes for saying. But the one thing for Martin Perez is weirdly like he's a lot worse against teams that strike out a lot more, because you would think quite the opposite, because he's not a big power pitcher, strikeout type guy. So like you would think when he goes up against teams, I guess not named the Mets, because the Mets are kind of an anomaly against left-handed pitching. He goes up against teams that have a little more swing and miss. I don't know, like if he just pitches differently or tweaks his arsenal to the point of like it really doesn't work, but those are the teams that oddly have found a little more success against him. And the Rockies have really weird splits too. They're on the road where their offense is much more dead than it is in Coors, obviously. But I really like their matchup today. I think they're going to score runs, and same goes for the Pirates against Cal Quantrill. He's been using that splitter a lot, which you kind of need to keep the ball on the ground in Coors. Hasn't been working all the time, no, but he did just pitch somewhat well in Mexico, of all places. Now he's coming back for the first start, I believe, after that against Pirates team who really hits that specific arsenal pretty well. So I think we get runs here. Another situation where the Rockies bullpen, I would love for them to be involved. Pirates bullpen is good, obviously. Sans Bednar, maybe he's blew a shit ton of games, but Rockies bullpen is bad and thinner now, because I believe Justin Lawrence, who might be worst pitcher in the bigs, is not available today. So they have to go even lower to somebody who they called up from the minors to kind of fill that spot. So they're in a tough spot too. And I think the Pirates can splooge early off of Cal. And then if you get to the bullpen, same as the Marlins, it could get ugly with a crooked number.
Okay. Yeah, I'm in. I mean, you had me at Cal Quantrill, Martin Perez. Let's not kid ourselves here. And I guess we got to make sure we put the teams in the right spot for that new document, or else it's going to make it seem like the Rockies are home. That's on me, though, for not looking.
Yeah,
the more we know. Sure, the more we know. Okay, runs in Pittsburgh today with 2 Moose pitchers on the bump, over 8.5. Total open up at 8. Fading Cal Quantrill, fading Perez, who still has that 2.86 ERA. That should be a good look. Javon, I want to join you on this. I probably will. We know what happens when I fade Martin Perez. I think you're probably included in that as well. This guy owns us, so we'll see how it goes again today.
Hey, last couple times I've done it. I've been sneakily dialed and escaped with wins. So maybe we do it again. But to be honest with you, it's definitely more Pirates bats against Quantrill and bullpen.
Okay, more Pirates bats, anyways.
Yeah, and if you look, people are talking about it in chat, because Bozo's saying, "Why'd you take 2 low-scoring teams in the last week for an over?" Check out the Prize Picks board for a team who hasn't scored for shit in the past couple of weeks. They got a lot of guys up to cross the plate, so I think you're going to find out pretty soon.
That's what chat was saying. As soon as we fired up BTL, they were all saying at the same time as a unit, as a cohort. Yeah. Look at the Pirates runs. Look at the Pirates runs. Look at the Pirates runs. I was like, holy smokes. Okay, we got a couple housekeeping items first. And then we will look at the Pirates runs. Now's probably the time. Let's go peep them real quick. What are some of the weird ones up there that we're talking about? I'm pulling up the board as we speak. What's the weirdest run square up there on the board for the Pirates?
It's the weirdest
McCutcheon's
one.
Up there, obviously, and he's red as Ma. Okay. So that's a great sign. McCutcheon, Red Out Gob. He's up there for a run. Sure. Brian Reynolds is up for 1.5 runs. Demons. Looks like Sawinski's up for half a run. He's a red out chart. Okay. Unbelievable.
Yeah.
Him and Andrew McCutcheon are weird looking charts.
Yeah, I mean, 2 red out charts is crazy in the first place. Like,
Same
obviously,
team,
like
bro.
a little rocky tax, I guess, but not in cores. And I'm trying to do a juice check right now to see if it's a little interesting. 'Cause, I mean, yeah, Jack Swinsky is definitely a lot juicier than he usually is, which is why he's up there. So, I mean, that one's interesting, especially since he's, home run or bust. But I look at the rest of the guys, like Brian Reynolds, obviously not on the board because he's minus 140, but he's minus 140. Cabrian Hayes is minus 135. O'Neal Cruz is minus 130, which is crazy because I've been looking at his lines. I mean, obviously he's been fucking terrible, but I've been looking at his lines and they've given him no respect. So I would say that might be the weirdest one that's on the board, especially with how juiced up he is. So, I mean, we got the whole lineup damn near up there for red out run charts. Something's happening today.
Yeah, make it a 3-piece, will you, chat? 3 guys up there for red out charts. Sawinski, McCutcheon, and O'Neal Cruz. Could there be more? No way there's going to be a rowdy run here at the bottom. Nope. Okay.
No.
Getting ahead of myself there. A man could dream,
Getting a little too excited.
A man could dream for a Rowdy Tellez run square because that would be automatic tail for probably $1,000. We're not going to get that today. We're not blessed. But those 3 guys, O'Neal Cruz, Sawinski, McCutcheon, are up there for run squares. They're juiced on the books more than typical. They're redded out charts, not a single run in sight from any of those 3 gentlemen. I guarantee you 2 of those 3 guys, not guaranteed, but I have a pretty good feeling that 2 of those 3 guys are probably turning green. Okay, so take your pick, chat. Happy to craft something together, but I think your best bet is probably to, pair each one of those squares with another donkey or wagon that you have. Maybe it's a Javon, meat on tape square that we'll talk about in a minute. Maybe it's your favorite square of the day and just pair those run squares, with that one meat on tape square. Go about your day and hope 2 of the 3 turn green. Maybe all 3 will. Who knows? Maybe you do a Moe's stack with all 3 of those guys to get a run, with, another square that you love. I don't know. Maybe that's a sprinkle. But those guys are fucking scoring, and that's a great sign for the over in that game as well, for the straight bet on the books. Great sign.
Yeah.
Love that. We got Atty84 coming in hot, resubbing for 8 months. Love from Canada, eh? Sure. Sure. Thanks for stealing our coins last night on the Bruins. Shit, man. What are we doing? Fading bad news. Answer that, and then we move.
We're fading it again on Saturday, assuming he doesn't play, but we'll see.
Shit, man. Okay.
They're golfing.
Okay. Krabs, Trent loves horse racing. It's scary. Does anyone know if he's up or down? I do not know if he's up or down yet.
You don't have a status report.
We do not, but I'm sure he's out there at the fucking stables, absolutely grinding his ass off.
If I would make an assumption, I would think, because he said in his video that he learned that not all the favorites win. So I'm assuming he bet on a lot of favorites and probably is down some coin on the favorites. So
he did say in, I think, a couple videos that he took the favorite or second favorite and lost coin.
Yeah. Yeah. Can't do that.
Well, I'm jealous. He's out there dressed up to the nines, vineyard vines and all, just living his best life, betting on some ponies. Gosh, I'm trying to get rich one day and have my own pony. Put that shit in the Derby. That's goals, right? Jason Worth, where he's at right now, that guy's got nothing to do right now besides fucking spend his coins. And he's found a new hobby. I respect it.
WSD fit check.
Man, is something. That hat is something. Does he have his tickets in the hat?
No, it's just a feather.
Those feathers.
It's the feather thing, the flower, or whatever it is.
Is that a different one than he was rocking at the Cribbo the other day?
The feather was
the
there.
same one.
Yeah.
Okay.
Feather's the best part.
Okay. Interesting. That guy owes me PP coin and a Twitter follow. Coastal, if he owes you PP coin and a Twitter follow, will you DM me? I'll make sure we get it taken care of. Okay. Guy's like 40. Is he in a midlife crisis? Bro, he's like 26. He just looks like he's 40. Okay, let's relax. Gosh, man, I'm jealous. All right. Let's go to the Dodgers. Late nights. I don't love this play, but I do like this play. And I want to talk to Javon about it a little bit here. We got Stone up on the bump at home. And look, the Dodgers, when are the Dodgers ever going to be underdogs? I don't know. Probably never. They really are not. And whenever they are, I'm going to want to fade them anyways. So they're never, ever really dogs, right? them being minus 115 is almost like them being an underdog because they're the fucking Dodgers and they're home. Charlie Morton's on the bump for the Braves. This is going to be an unbelievable series. This one's going to be late nights on national TV, MLB Network. That's huge. This is going to be a great fucking game. Charlie Morton has been pretty fucking solid this season. All reliable, Uncle Charlie. I'll tip my cap. Respect. This dude is a fossil, and he just keeps on chugging and eating up innings. It's honestly impressive that he's been able to, prolong his career this much. He might run into some trouble today against the Dodgers bats who have seen him plenty. Freddie Freeman, you guys remember that name? You heard of him before? I'm pretty sure he knows a thing or two about Charlie Morton's pitch sequences or pitch mix. Being his teammate for years. I wouldn't be surprised if Freddie Freeman and the boys are having a little chat beforehand saying, hey, this is what you're about to be seeing today from Charlie Morton. It's going to be a lot of fucking curveballs and a lot of fucking fastballs, outside the zone, try to get you to chase. I think the Dodgers is a favorite here with Stone on the bump with a near 5 ERA. I don't know if it's telling, but I do think it's a good enough sign. The Braves have caught a little bit of steam here, almost 10 cents, though, I will say, in this game after the Braves open up plus check. Now you're starting to see the Braves minus 105 on some books, depending on where you look. Don't love that, but I do love Stone up against Morton as a favorite at home here, and I like the Dodgers matchups against the old veteran. I think they hit him up pretty well. This total's at 9.5 for a reason, right? If Charlie Morton was going to throw a gem, maybe this total would be at 9, 8.5. I don't know, but it doesn't seem like it's moving down anytime soon. I think we get runs. I think Morton gets mucked up. And I think the Dodgers win this game with ease.
Yeah, I like it. Maybe don't love it. Kind of with you because it's a Dodgers as a short favorite against Charlie Morton with Gavin Stone on the bump. So, I mean, not my favorite necessarily. Definitely maybe a little bit of respect, but I'm so out on the first game of that series. The way both of those teams have played really oddly recently.
Interesting. Okay. All right. Well, take me to Arizona. What do you like about the under in that game?
Yeah, so we have Slade Sassoni against Dylan Cease, and sneakily, I mean, if you look at all of the numbers too, like Sassoni is same level as Dylan Cease, and he's been really, really good this season, which I didn't expect. He was kind of a guy who, in limited action, I guess, that we saw him last year, I wasn't too impressed by. Tweaked his arsenal a little bit, a little more fastball, and it's working. And he's going against the Padres team tonight who struggled mightily against fastballs in the last couple weeks. So I think he pitches a pretty solid game. And then on the other side, Dylan Cease, I think his arsenal is set to dominate a D-backs lineup that has been just bad. And a lot of that's, partially on guys at the bottom of the lineup who are hurt, a.k.a. Corbin Carroll. You're having to put Jake McCarthy at the leadoff spot. He sucks, with all due respect. And just a lot of that lineup they're all together in a slump right now. And Dylan Cease, I don't think is the guy to get out of the slump against, especially when they're going to be going against a lot of heavy sliders, which they don't strike out a lot, but their contact rates have been piss poor. Hard contact rates have been piss poor against any high level off speed in the last couple weeks too. So I just think this is a low and slow game. Obviously, the D-backs bullpen in the back end scares you, but it kind of offset with the Padres bullpen and who they're going to have available tonight for me. So I think this is a game that just spawns like 4-3 kind of at the end. But I think both these pitchers pitch pretty well today.
Okay. James Leone coming in hot with a resub. Happy Friday, fellas. James, happy Friday to you.
To be James.
Any comments to James?
Go James. He's always in here. Love that. Bring the vibes as always.
Good. W James. Chat's asking about the Pirates team total. Did you think about maybe just, cutting the shit and going right to the Pirates bats today?
Yeah, I thought about it, but I felt like the second that I excluded Martin Perez, he was going to turn into a turkey. And I think on paper, too, the matchup intrigues me enough to keep both sides in it.
Okay. And Chad has a really good point here as well. Speaking of Jake McCarthy, that run square up on the board is a red out gob. He might be crossing plate today. I mean, that's just one measly run, but does that worry you at all? Or maybe that's a little fake sharp trap?
He's been leading off, so I don't really care too much for leadoff guys.
I was going to
run squares unless they're Altuve.
The rule is for the leadoff hitters, typically no go. Right?
Yeah, I mean it's not like they never hit necessarily, but I don't love taking ones that I feel are weird because they're not really as weird if they're leading off, except for I don't know. Altuve is not really ever a weird square, but he's the one that I'll be quick to take if I like the matchup. Everybody else, I'm not too interested in.
Okay. Depressed Lions fan, it's his birthday, fellas. Can we get some W's going for my guy, Depressed Lions fan? He should change that name to just Lions fan at this point. Come on, after last season,
Yeah.
there's no way you're still depressed. You got to be feeling something. Happy birthday, my man. How old are you? Are you going out to celebrate tonight? Friday night birthday, kind of elite, right? What are the odds of that? You
Sneakily
literally
elite.
get a 2 and 7 chance to get a weekend birthday celebration on the day of. That's huge. That could be the difference. Go out there and have a night. All right.
Could be.
Who's Trent going with at the Derby? Do we know yet? I don't think we know yet.
We don't know yet.
We don't know yet. Okay.
Have
I
some
can tell you guys
rumblings,
that he's
but
dialed.
Yeah.
Good.
he's dialed.
He's dialed. Yeah.
He's for sure dialed.
He has been getting some nugs from his DMs. He's been talking to people down there as well. He seems to have a pretty good idea of, how this race is going to play out. He had some
Yeah.
pretty good Trent nugs. I
I
will
think
say
he
on Sweats
has
the
it.
other night
I
talking
think
about
he
it.
has it narrowed down, but
He
hasn't
might have the
decided
guy.
yet.
He just hasn't posted it yet. Okay.
Yeah.
Dial with the Uber driver too. I don't know why everyone was so mad at him with the terminology of that text. He just typed in the wrong fucking address when he bought the Uber. It's not really that hard to comprehend.
How
W
do
Van.
you mess up Churchill Downs though?
Well, yeah, I don't know. Maybe it was Churchill Downs HQ. Literally, he probably typed it in. I don't
Had
know.
to be something.
Man's pulled up at a fucking office building.
Yeah.
Krabs,
I mean,
your
like,
camp and his camp have been in talks about it. What? What are we talking about?
Talks about the
Confused.
horse.
Yeah. Yeah, well, I don't really know much, but I just know he came on Sweats the other night when we were there, and he was giving us all these, cool factoids, right? He was like, oh, the horses on the outside, from post 17 to 21, they've only won 4 times in Kentucky Derby history. I'm like, Trent, that's the smartest thing you've ever said. Holy shit. He's teaching me. It was great.
Yeah.
It made me happy. Yeah, we'll see. Maybe Trent, maybe this is just his thing. I mean, look, he smacked Mage last year. People forget just based off the name. I think he took him, and obviously, I think somebody came on Surge Stream and pitched him that play as well, and he took it. He hit it. Maybe he goes back to back. Who knows? I know we're all going to be tapped in to see who Trent takes and that race on Saturday. I believe it's tomorrow at like 5:30 Eastern, 6:30 Eastern. I'm going to give you guys a time right now. 6:57 p.m. Eastern is what it says. So maybe turn on those TVs tomorrow, 6:30-ish. It's the perfect way to spend your afternoon on a Saturday, right? You wake up, you get your work done, you enjoy maybe a beer or two, maybe throw on some baseball games during the day. I don't know. Maybe you're throwing on some playoff games. You're pretty buzzed by about 6:57 time on the East Coast. You're at least feeling yourself a little bit. You flip on that horse race, and you just enjoy the show for about 5 minutes. It's like the quickest fucking experience of your life. Okay,
Turn it
don't
on
miss
prior. Turn it on prior too,
Yeah, get
Chad.
there early. Get
The
there
races
early.
before are fun to bet on as well.
Get there early.
Yeah.
Goots, bro. Let me know if you have any plays you like. No rush, but
I
if
will.
you've got
I'm
a
in the
horse.
lab.
Okay.
Yeah.
Dubs. Swim the Derby at the Nats game tomorrow, bro. Oh. They're giving out Kyle Finnegan Star Wars bobbleheads tomorrow at the game.
No shot.
Yes, shot. Yes, shot. They're giving out X-Wing pilot Kyle Finnegan Star Wars in a fucking Star Wars suit, whatever that means, at the game tomorrow. And it's the perfect timing. He was on MLB Network yesterday talking about his great month. I mean, he hasn't given up a run in a month and a half. He's nails. He's leading baseball in saves. What could go wrong? With me saying these comments, right? Jesus, I just ruined this guy's career.
He might
But yeah, Kyle Finnegan tomorrow. Me and my girl running like 5 of them. Bro, can you get me one? Can you get me one? Please. In this economy, yeah, they do have Kyle Finnegan bobbles in this economy. You're goddamn right. They announced that they were doing that bobble, Javon, in the offseason, and I think we even might have talked about it. Or at least I brought it up to you before. I'm like, they're doing a Kyle Finnegan bobble. I remember having a combo at some point, thinking to myself, what the fuck are we doing, man? Giving out Kyle Finnegan a bobble. Giving out bobbles to anybody who's been on the team for 5 years? Is that the deal? Even if you suck?
Guess
Look what's
so.
happened now. Look what's happened now. Look at my king, Kyle Finnegan. Born to be a closer. T. Laney, bro, if you make it happen, I will owe you one. I'll Venmo you. I'll shout you out, whatever the hell you need. You give me one of those bobbles, I'll take care of you, okay? And I also need to acquire one of those Nats World Series rings that they gave away a couple weeks ago. I have not been able to get my hands on one of those yet. I haven't really tried yet because we've been traveling and stuff, but I need a replica Nats 2019 World Series ring sitting on my desk right here staring at me. I need it. Anybody who
He's gonna
makes
put it
that
on,
happen,
flex it.
I could wear it like the boosters do down in Texas, right? With their high school rings they still rock 40 years later. I could rock it like the boosters, right? Like Buddy Garrity from Friday Night Lights. If anybody makes that happen, I will make it worth your while. Okay, I'll Venmo you, whatever, shout you out, whatever the hell you need. Get me a fucking Nats World Series replica ring and get me a Cal Finnegan bobble, will you? Somebody can. Come on. Yeah, W Friday Night Lights, great show. If you guys haven't seen that, grow up and watch it. 50% chance of rain around race time. I feel like it always rains during these races, man. It's so weird. That could be pivotal. If you guys aren't hip, make sure you check out the Mutters in this race, because those are the guys who grind and are great in the rain and the conditions. Maybe that will be the direction we want to go in if there's some rain. All right. By the way, on Wisniewski, he only has one start in 2024, so I do not think that PP chart is accurate. You're right, C-Steel. He's only made 3 appearances this year, and he only has 1 walk.
Yeah.
In those 3
chart is accurate, but yes, 1 start.
Chart is accurate. Teams are wrong. Okay. Crabs, look at Martin Perez walk square. Don't mind if I do. Don't mind if I do. Let's see. Let's pull it up real quick. Martin Perez walks. Is it up there? There it is. It's a demon. You can't even fade it, bro. What are we supposed to do with that? Okay. All right, let's get back to the Sharp Report. Let's wrap up our favorite plays for today. All right, so we do have a game starting up here soon in about less than an hour, guys. We talked about it. We don't really have much. I do like that Wisniewski more than 1.5 walk square today in that game. If you're looking for a prize pick square, Javon said he leans the Cubs, but does not love it enough. Okay, so that's our stance. If you missed it, if you just joined for that Cubbies game early, Javon, we went over our straight bets here, W's. I want to go over these prize pick squares. Can you tell me about Soriano and Hook, why you're backing them today on prize picks?
Yeah, so for Soriano, death taxes and fading strikeouts against the Guardians. Okay. And I guess, honestly, I have this on your side, too. I don't really know what his leash is going to be like if they hit him up, which I could definitely see happening, just like last start against the Twins. He came out in the second inning because he gave up a couple runs and he was terrible. But like the 3 starts before that, 2 of them against the Rays and against the Reds, which were strikeout machines in the first place, but those were his full starts. Now he's going against the Guardians, which he's only had 5 of his 23 strikeouts so far this season against a fastball or sinker. It's like he's super, super reliant on getting a knuckle curve down in the zone and getting guys to either look at it or swing right through it, which the Guardians, outside of like Florial and maybe Bo Naylor at the bottom, like that's where a majority of their strikeout numbers come from. They have like the 4th lowest strikeout rate against righties in all of baseball, and they don't miss on that pitch. That's what they sit on. So I think like having the leash on your side too, they'll pull him a little early, as they tend to do against the Twins and a couple times earlier this season if he gets into trouble. So maybe short leash if they hit him up well and make things difficult, which I kind of think they do. But he's facing a team that's going to be a real tough matchup for him. So I think this got bumped down from 4.5 to 4 too, probably for good reason. I don't think he's going to get many swing and misses at all today.
Okay. Just to clarify for chat, you like his less than 4 strikeouts?
Yes.
Good. W's. What about our guy Hoke? I'm very, very anxious to hear this sell job here because, I want to fade the living fuck out of him today. He's taking all my coins this season. Now, just because he hits his strikeouts, though, doesn't mean, he might not give up some runs. What do you like about him getting K'd today?
No, very, very mutually exclusive. Because I just think for this situation, like, yeah, the line's weird, the game's weird. But I think he gets his strikeouts in this game. That's not the hottest take against the Twins. Twins are, I think, 6th most strikeouts against right-handed pitching. I mean, they're really against lefties, they're fucking terrible too. They're awful overall. And Tanner Houck, he is similar to like Soriano, which I guess I faded Tanner Houck strikeouts against the Guardians, and that also worked, but very off-speed reliance. And the Twins are going to throw out plenty of righties there, a couple of lefties too, who are really, really bad against off-speed, really high whiff rates and chase rates. That's exactly what he's going to do. Going to throw like 50% sliders damn near to righties, and to lefties doesn't dip down nearly as much. So I just think the outs that he does get are going to be strikeouts against the Twins. So, I mean, this number has also been on the rise for good reason. Like you said, big numbers against a couple of teams that are honestly much tougher matchups for him. But against the Twins, even if he does get hit up, I think the strikeouts are going to be there.
Okay. Tanner Houck, more than 6 Ks. Let's hope he gives up some runs as well.
Yeah, probably will.
Good. Jose Quintana. W. Goots, W. Daniel changing that graphic mid-show. Okay. They don't get enough credit doing that shit. Jose Quintana, more than 5.5 hits allowed against your Rays, Javon. And I want to talk about the Rays because I did want to take them today, and I still might. Not saying I won't, but I wouldn't mind backing Savali at home in this spots, with the struggling Rays, but it almost feels like a little forced against the Mets, who have taken plenty of my coins so far this season as well. There's one thing I do know. It's looking at this Quintana chart, though. He's given up 6 hits. I don't know if the Rays are going to capitalize enough on it and win this game on the ML. Now, the total in this game is up from 7.5 to 8, so maybe we are going to get some runs. Another great sign for this more than 5.5 hits allowed for Quintana against the Rays at home, who've been struggling. Javon, thoughts on this square? I need them because they're going against your Rays.
Yeah, I definitely think you get set up a little bit in this game.
Okay.
The thing with the Rays is, like, they set up so much better against lefties because they have a shit ton of righties, but the righties that they've faced so far this year, like just off the top of my head, they faced Skubal, they faced Detmers, they faced Patrick Sandoval. I think Detmers and Sandoval both twice. Like, these are all not like soft tossing pitchers. These are all like they need to strike you out. They have sharp off speed. They haven't really faced one, I don't think, that has been the soft tossing guy that's going to throw plenty in the zone and is not going to make them whiff, which is where they've really struggled. So, like, I think they can get the ball in play against Quintana today. And if you want a little narrative to go with it too, they're planning who the fuck did they do that for? I think it was Trey Turner. Like, he was really struggling at the plate. They gave him standing out to give him some confidence. They're doing that. Fans are planning that for Randy tonight, who also has a weird run square up with Randy Land Friday nights debuting the City Connects too. So maybe vibes play there just on the Rays. But
shit.
Yeah, I think
that's what. Yep. You just waited till the end to sneak that one in there, thinking I wouldn't pay attention, huh?
Yeah.
They're debuting the fucking City Connects tonight.
I think
I wonder
so.
why
I'm
they're
not
laying
sure.
minus 150. That's the
Not
biggest
sure.
thing
I
out there
think
in the whole fucking.
it's either
ocean.
today or tomorrow. It's either today or tomorrow.
Holy smokes! That could be the difference. That information right there. We can figure this out.
That could absolutely be the difference. I mean, the
Should
reason
I do a quick search to the Twitter for the Rays.
do the quick search. Do the quick search.
Okay,
But
They haven't tweeted anything yet, but their whole like PFPs and their header is all the City Connect stuff. I don't know if it's been like that, Javon, but
I know for a fact it's either today or tomorrow. I just didn't know if it said the 3rd or the 4th.
It's got to be.
Well,
today.
shit.
You already know Javon made this his wallpaper.
That's the creepiest picture out there.
It's a crazy picture. Yeah, it is. It is today.
A lot of things could be said about that picture. I don't know.
Confirmed today. Their debut.
Wow. That's beat. That's fucking beat. And the Randy, you're telling me they're going to give Randy a standing of? I've already seen him strike out after that. You kidding me?
Maybe. It's also Randy Land, Friday nights. It's a big, the vibes are going to be up there tonight, which they kind of need. But
yeah,
I mean, the reason
they do need it.
The reason I'm not getting involved is because the Mets don't strike out, and any team that Savali cannot strike out, his pitching arsenal like shrinks immensely, and he's not nearly as effective. So that worries me a little bit today. I'll say that. It's the reason I'm not betting the Rays. But
okay,
I think Quintana is in for, even if the Rays don't capitalize on a lot of those hits, I think he gives up some base hits today.
All right. Let's hope so. The Rays are absolute moose, Jaden says. A lot of time left, Jaden. Although the Nats do have a better record than them. I want that on record. The Nats have a better record. Okay. You want to power through these MLB games that we didn't get to yet? Dubs. Baltimore, Cincy. We didn't talk about it enough. Gates, get up here. We need you. This should be a really good series. And how about Hunter Green and the Reds getting some respect here at home? They probably should be, and the O's for some reason still don't get any line respect ever. I still can't figure it out. I don't know what it is, but maybe it's because Cole Irvin's on the bump, but he's
been great.
Been okay. He's been good, right?
Yeah.
Weird. Now, Hunter Green, big name guy, got a lot of aura, right? Reds are home. That's an advantage. Nats, the O's typically don't get that much line respect.
You know who else doesn't, though, Krabs?
The Reds don't either.
Not just the Reds. Hunter Green gets short lines every single time he pitches, especially when it's in Cincy. Like the one that I'm thinking off the top of my head was when, they lost this game, but he was like minus 125 to Joe Ross when they were playing in Cincy. So the fact that he's minus 120-ish, same price against the O's and getting steamed that way is interesting to me. I'll say that because I woke up and we were staring at plus 100, and now we're sitting 20 cents past that.
I agree. I think the
Cole
line's a little
Irvin-
bit weird.
Cole Irvin hasn't
Dudes.
given up a run since the Vietnam War.
Goods, can you confirm? Irvin has been absolute nails. He's on a
Yeah,
little
nails.
14-inning scoreless streak. Whoa.
Nails. Yeah.
Okay.
Yep.
And I'm a Cole Irvin guy, blue collar, right? He's not, was never number one prospect, right? Was never, the number one draft pick. Okay. He's had to earn his way, into the spots and back and forth between the bullpen and stuff. I like the guy. Just not today.
Yeah.
With this line. I think we could all agree that it's not a great sign for the O's that they're plus 100 now, right?
I mean, I was going to say that I would expect maybe some aggression from Cole. I mean, how hot have the Reds' bats been, Javon?
Awful.
Awful. So they're due, right?
You could say that.
Yeah. You could also say Cole Irvin's due for a bad start. I was going to say the over. That's what I would play.
Okay.
Because after a push last night, that's also another narrative that a shit's torn over.
I can't believe they didn't score one more run.
I know. Crazy.
Golly. Steer coming back.
Not literally
Same
coming
with
back. It's been hit a little
Stevenson? Are
No.
those guys both back today?
better. Steer's been in the lineup.
Here's been back. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
The reason they're so bad is because they're playing with, I don't know why, Stevenson is sick and should be on the IL. Same with Fraley, but they're literally choosing to play a couple men down.
Fraley was
instead
hurt.
of putting guys in the
Fraley
IL.
was sick for 6 games, and then probably spread
Yeah.
to the locker room. So
They have I think 3 or 4 guys that are just gone, but not on the IL. So they can't call anybody up. They're Will Benson has to hit against lefties, and Stu Fairchild has to hit against righties. They're just literally choosing to play with what they have instead of calling up guys from the minors. I don't really get it, but double do.
B.
Is
Young
too
said
much.
enough is enough, man. Double do. He's like, I don't know. He's like,
Too
you
much
could get me
do.
on one do, but double do, I don't know.
too much.
He's
do.
saying enough is enough.
Double
There's
do.
just a lot of do in this game. So much do.
A lot of do.
Yeah. I don't think it's a great sign for the O's today. I'm trying to be the non-biased third party here. I know we got a Reds fan, we got an O's fan down there. I don't think it's the weirdest line on the board today, but I do think it's a good sign for the Reds.
You don't think Gunnar is hitting a nuke off a 100-grain fastball? Well,
He might. I also saw a crazy stat the other day. That's a good sign right there, Goots.
Yeah.
Sure. I saw a stat, I think last night, about all the pitchers who have the highest. Gosh, I don't want to botch the stat, but it's
It's the
all the
highest
pitchers who
velo.
throw the hardest. Is that what it
Yeah,
is?
he's the only one left standing right now.
He's the only one out of 15 guys. And it's all names you'd expect. It's all the guys who throw hard as shit. They're all hurt right now. He's the only one left who hasn't gotten hurt yet. Maybe he's just a freak. Hunter Green was kind of tabbed as a freak, when he was drafted. Wasn't he a two-way guy, super athletic, unbelievable talent, unbelievable potential, and now he's obviously switched to just being a pitcher only here, but maybe he's just got the juice. Maybe he's the only guy who's, actually able to fucking do that without getting hurt. No, he's had a lot of injuries in the past, knock on wood. Hopefully I'm not jinxing it, but that's, if you're in Hunter Green's party right now, you're in his little cohort, his group, you see that tweet, you're thinking, holy shit, am I telling him to take something off this fastball? Like Dylan Cease has been doing just to stay healthy? Or are you thinking maybe he's just, got it and no one else does?
I don't know. They definitely tweaked something because he's not giving up nearly as many home runs as he was last year. So I don't know if that's a mechanics thing or just pure better location or whatever it is, but something's different. But today I can definitely see him giving up a few. The one name that I cannot get out of my head looking at the Orioles today is probably Ryan O'Hearn. I feel like he's going to give me nightmares today, but
it's been a while since I heard the Ryan O'Hearn name. What a season he had last year. Starting off a little bit slow maybe this year. Was he maybe even hurt? I feel like I didn't even see him.
he has not been hurt, and he has been playing great.
He's been playing great.
He started the season great, leveled off a little bit, but he's still playing great.
Maybe people are tired of Ryan O'Hearn's success.
People are because they want Kirkstad to be in the lineup. Not
gotcha. I mean, he's still hitting 300, dude.
Yeah.
Nobody's talking about it. Nobody cares.
Nobody's talking
just
about
not been playing every day, right?
Yeah, I mean, typically they want him against righties.
Yeah, it looks like he's taken off 1 every 3 games.
Yeah.
It's kind of what it looks like recently.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Monday at this time, we're going to be hearing it was never the Reds. You know what, Core? We'll see what happens. We're due, though. We're due for a squad ride win today. Let's power through a couple more of these games, and then we're going to go to the squad ride here, chat. So stick with us real quick. Javon, I'm going to pepper you a couple questions about these games today. Stick with me, okay? Aaron Nola, minus 175 against Hicks, who's been one of the best, if not the best starting pitcher in baseball this season. 20 cents of line movement, 20 cents of respect, 20 cents of steam on Philly at home here. What are your thoughts?
Kind of think Hicks deals again. I might want to fade that steam, but I think regardless,
Wow.
low scoring game, at least through the beginning of it. So yeah, I very much considered a Hicks masterclass. And yeah, those Apple TV games have been soaring under sneakily.
They have this year. Everything's been soaring under, man. It's bullshit.
Yeah.
Patrick Corbin pitching against Kikuchi today. Toronto mucks left-handers. Could this be the worst game of Patrick Corbin's career today?
It's hard to say that. Even though like the Jays do muck lefties, they are on the road where their offense is significantly worse. So like if they have a good game, they could put up like 3 runs. It's just like I have no interest in getting involved with that lineup right now.
And the Nats last year were one of the best teams in baseball against left-handed pitching. This year they stink against left-handed pitching, Javon. They can't buy a hit against lefties. I think last year might have been a little bit of a fluke. Maybe they were just scrappy, gritty. They had so much heart, right? That's what the Nats do. It's what they have. They don't really have skill or talent, but they got heart. I think that's what it was last year. This year, it's where it should be, right? It didn't make sense last year how much they crushed lefties. Now we're seeing them hitting 214 this year against lefties. I think Kikuchi shoves it down our fucking throats. The Nats bats are dead right now. And until they make some changes and call some guys up who are hitting much better in the minors, nothing's going to change there. I like Toronto laying it here. I think they win by 1.5. I think you lay at the spread, to be honest with you, with Toronto and Kikuchi. Your Rays on the ML, any chance you're willing to take a stab at them or no?
Probably not going to, but
okay.
It's where my lean lies.
Stroman versus Olsen, total at 7.5. Both these gentlemen have been pitching very well. Thoughts on this game?
Wouldn't mind a Reese Olson masterclass, to be honest with you. Okay. Stroman's been pitching fantastic. A lot more strikeouts, a lot more whiffs than usual, and that might come to a head against the Tigers of all teams. Weirdly, I think that's a pretty strange matchup for him as far as chase rates go. So I think both the teams pitch pretty well. Both the pitchers pitch pretty well, but I wouldn't be surprised if the Tigers snuck it out.
Okay. And Soriano is gone. There he goes. See ya. He's off the boards.
Okay. I bet.
Goodness gracious. Shit. All right, let's keep moving and grooving here. I like the under in that Detroit Yankees game as well. Scares me a little bit in that fake ballpark, but I do like that under. I do think Reese Olson shoves with you. I agree. Any other weird games? I mean, Brady Singer has been insane this year. He's minus 115 against the defending champs with Lorenzen on the bump. That game opened up a pick 'em. I kind of like the Rangers, but I don't know if I want to get cute and bet it.
Yeah, I like the Rangers. Brady Singer, literally Cy Young at home. I feel like you should probably get a little more line respect here with how dead the Rangers bats have been and the fact that Lorenzen is on the mound of all pitchers. He gets absolutely no line respect, rightfully so. So, I mean, it kind of feels like the Rangers.
And he's back.
There we go. Hard.
Sure. Seattle, Houston, Kirby. I kind of like Kirby in this spot against Houston, but I really don't want to fade Houston. They came through last night.
Yeah, and I think they're starting to piece it together a little bit, slowly and surely, and that's with Jordan still being fucking terrible. I guess everybody else in that lineup is starting to pick it up, and they're looking a little more consistent as an offense. Maybe it was getting Abreu out of that lineup to really help, but yeah, I don't want to fade them right now because it does seem like they're getting it together, and Kirby at a pick 'em with how good he's looked his last couple of starts. He's coming off career high and strikeouts, maybe his best start really ever, minus the no-hit bid. Feels a little simple. Feels a little easy. So I'm good.
Okay. That's fair. That's fair. Okay, and I think we already covered the late night games we wanted to talk about there too. So real quick, before we dive into the squad ride chat, stick with us. If you're watching on YouTube, come on over to the Twitch right now. We're going to get this vote up in a second. Let's talk NBA really quick, Javon. Orlando, this morning, they were minus 4-ish. Now I'm seeing they're minus 3.5. Do they keep their season alive? They're down 2-3 in this series against Cleveland. Orlando's look like they've kind of started to wake up here in recent games. I know they lost the last one by 1 on the road, but they've covered 3 in a row. They're playing really well. Are the Magic a live favorite here against the Cavs, or do you think it's fake sharp bait?
No, I kind of like the Magic. Just feels like one of those series where, I mean, both teams have really played awful on the road, minus like the Magic played somewhat well, I guess, last game and kept it close, covered that game, lost by a point. but I wouldn't mind going back to that under, if anything, from you, Krabs.
Okay. Yeah, 200.5 after we get the over in that
Yeah.
last game. Sure. Definitely leading that way as well. Clippers and Mavs. I guess that series is over. Looking at that spread.
Might be. I ain't doing it, though.
Okay. Neither am I, but probably done. Hockey. Vancouver, Nashville. Does Nashville keep their season alive, or is that fake sharp? I kind of like Vancouver, low-key, to shock the world to get a win on the road.
Yeah, Plum's going to tell me it looks a little easy. I don't know, to get this one to 7 after we just saw the same story last night. But, I mean, I guess a lot of people are already on the under. I think it's going to be one of those games, especially if Vancouver comes out and wins this game. It's going to have to be low and slow. They don't put pucks on net. They're playing a super defensive style of hockey right now, which is why everybody hates them and thinks they're the biggest frauds in all the playoffs, but it's just the game they're playing. So wouldn't mind an under in that game, but in the Plums kind of does feel like Vancouver.
Yeah, same. And then the Stars and the Knights. Do the Stars win another game on the road here, Javon? They're favorites once again.
Yeah, same exact line. Really scares me as the first two.
I know. I kind of want to take Vegas, huh? In this one?
Yeah, I don't know if I'm going to take them, but yeah, it kind of feels like that, doesn't it?
Okay. Well, we'll see what LC's on for that game, because rumor has it she's hosting the Surge stream. That's fire. You guys better bring some great fucking plays for her on the ice, on the diamonds, on the hardwoods, everywhere. Okay, we got plenty of action, plenty of plays for tonight. I know her Stars play. Very curious to hear her thoughts. Could probably guess where her coins are going to reside there with the Dallas Stars on the ML, but I'm kind of liking Vegas in this spot. TBD if I play anything on the ice though tonight with these sketchy games. I think I'd rather play the Canucks. I feel like it's just their year. Got a weird feeling in my gut about the Vancouver Canucks finally doing something this year.
Might be.
Okay, we'll see. Javon, it's about that time. We got about 5 minutes. You want to run the squad rides?
Do it.
Goots, run that shit. W's, can we pull up the sharp report when adding teams to the squad ride votes? It's on the ticker on the bottom going across the entire show. It has been for months. W's. Javon, favorite plays for today, my man? Probably on the diamonds, right? What are we thinking? What are you in love with for today? Let me hear it.
Yeah, I mean, I like the A's right there with you.
Okay.
That would be coming to top of mind for sure.
Sure. A's ML.
Yeah, A's ML. Pirates Rockies over, of course, too, with all those weird squares in that game. And those two Musha pitchers. Surely.
Love that over.
Yep. I did. I mean, I don't love the Dodgers personally, but it feels like when you're taking the Dodgers short line against a big team, just gives me good vibes. So, I mean, if you're sold on that, I wouldn't mind that at all.
Not sold. You could not have picked a play I liked least. I like less. But I like where your head's at.
Yeah.
We could keep that back pock. Let's see what else we got.
Back pock.
Let me get down that over in the Calquan Trout game right now, because that one is looking at me funny. That one's looking at me funny. Colorado Pitt over 8.5. Yeah, I'm liking that play, Chad. You better fucking remember it. Do we keep the Reds ML out of this puppy?
You ain't asking the right person.
Okay.
But they're winning.
There's a couple plays like that are looking at me funny. They're all kind of in the same boat. Cincy ML, the Rays ML, the Twins ML. I really like those plays. Deadly Bird says it's the O's. Shit.
I bet good.
All right. Why don't we go... Can we go Twins ML with Paddock as a favorite against Hoke?
Sure.
You good with that?
Yeah.
Twins ML? Okay. What about NBA or NHL? You want to put that Cleveland Orlando under in here?
I'm so down to go back to that. Yep.
Yeah. So am I. Let's go Cleveland Orlando under 200.5. Jeez, that's low. One more play, Chad, if we have one. Let me know what your favorite play is on the diamonds, hardwoods, ice today? Let me know. Don't ever look the Magic, Dead Larry Bird saying. Shit. We
that's
could put the
great for
Magic
under.
spread in there as well. But yeah, that would be good for the under.
Yeah, I mean, if
Canucks.
the Magic win this game, it ain't going over.
Okay. What about the Canucks? Plus money on the road to give the people a nice option.
I think I'm good on the ice.
Okay. How about Toronto minus 1.5 against Patrick Corbin? He's going to get his tits rocked today, respectfully.
I don't feel great about that.
Okay.
I'm not going to
Let's
lie.
keep moving and grooving here. Let's go. Let's go Rays or Reds. I kind of want to put the Rays in there. Or Rays over 8.
I would say Reds before Rays, personally.
Okay. Okay. I'm going to make the executive decision. We're leaving that game out.
Sure.
Let's just run with 4 plays. You good with that? 4
Yep.
winners. Why make it 5? Why force it? Let's just give the people 4 plays we love. All right, chat?
Sure.
Listen up, lock in. We got 2 minutes to get this going before we got LC hosting the Surge stream. She looks ready to roll. You guys better pitch some winners for her today. All right, be on your best behavior. 4 plays, 4 winners. Oakland ML, Colorado Pitt over 8.5, Minnesota ML, and we've got Cleveland Orlando under 200.5 in the NBA. Go, 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 go. 4 plays, 4 winners. Lock in. Get those votes in ASAP. If you're watching on the YouTubes, that's great. We appreciate your support. Make sure you subscribe. But come over to the Twitch chat when we're voting for the squad ride here at the end so you can lock in your votes. All right, every vote counts. I want to see 100 for the winning pick. Lock it. Krabs, I missed thoughts on the Yankees tonight. Yeah, that game kind of concerns me a little bit. I think that's going to be kind of a pitcher's duel. I like the under in that game, but I'm probably too scared to bet it. Okay. A's are way too juiced now. Okay, then don't vote for them. There's 300 plays on there, my man. Lock in, chat. 4 plays, 4 winners. All right, we got Oakland ML, Colorado Pitt over 8.5. The Twins on the ML, and Cleveland, Orlando under 200.5. Go, 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 go. All right, lock in your votes. Show some heart. Orlando just won 101-92. That would play. That would pay, Godsynth. Hopefully you're right.
That.
Would love that. Yeah. Hell yeah. Don't fuck it up and take Pirates over. Estamico saying, that's my favorite play. That's what I voted for. Okay. You are all weak if you're not pressing the A's. Yeah, it's on us. That is true. The A's on the board. That does not come around often, chat. That does not come around often. All right. This poll is taking forever. That's okay. It's going to wrap up here soon. Looking like it's going to be the Colorado and Pitt over 8.5, and I'm happy about that. I like that play a lot. The prize picks board looks weird as heck for that game. There's 3 run squares up for guys who haven't scored a run in their last 5 games each. 3 Reddit out charts for the Pirates. That's a great sign there for runs. And the more I talk about it, the closer this poll gets for the A's. So I'm going to shut up and let this vote finish. It's going to be the over in Pittsburgh and Colorado. Love to see that, chat. W's. Javon, another great week. Great episode of BTL today. W's. BTL Fridays are the best days, chat. Let's turn these frowns upside down and let's smack a squad ride today. Can we? Stick around for the Surge stream. LC's hosting, pitcher or winner. We'll catch you guys next week. Same time, same place. We'll be soon. Peace, guys.